Namaste. Welcome to the new episode The Anatomy of a Modern Betrayal. Why we are afraid to love. We have become a consumer of our own nightmares. Every time you open your phone, the algorithm serves you a new horror story. A fiance gone missing, a life ended in a drum, blue drum and green drum, a perfect honeymoon turned into a crime scene. We call it a trend. We say society is breaking. But what if I told you that what you are feeling, that knowing a suspicion every time you go on a date is not a intuition, it is a mean world syndrome. You are being fed the 0.01% of human depravity, and your brain, wired for survival, is mistaking it for a 99.9% of reality. Today, we are not just talking about the crime, we are talking about a systemic collapse of emotional literacy in our generation. Historically, relationships were buffered by a third space like family, elders, community, and shared rituals. This acted as a shock absorber. Today, we live in a dyadic vacuum. We have detached from a community and placed the entire burden of our psychological survival onto one person, either a male, either a female, or either a one person from this partnership. We call this emotional monopsony, where your partner is your sole supplier of love, validation, and stability. When you make a one human being your entire world, any conflict, any disagreement, or any sign of living is processed as a brain as an existential threat. You are not just losing a partner, you feel you are losing your own existence. This is why we see such a violent exit strategies in the news. It is a tragic result of people who never learn to be whole on their own life. The Ashtavakra Gita teaches Anasakti Yoga, a state of non attachment. This is often misunderstood as not caring. It is not like that. It is the profound realization that you are already complete and you are providing to your partner. In 2026, we do the opposite thing. We enter a relationship through the lens of commodification. We use a dating application like a shopping mall with the checklist of specs, height, salary, travel history, etc. When the product turn out to have a flaws, we don't fix the relationship. We treat the partner as a defective unit. This is the paradox of choice. Dr. Barry Squaresworth theory that as a option increases, our satisfaction plummets and our anxiety skyrockets. We are looking for a perfection in a flawed human being, and we don't find it. We feel entitled to destroy them. Why do this crime happens? It is often a narcissistic injury. In an age of social media validation, many have built a fragile identity based on the image of their relationship. When a partner tries to break that image by living or by revealing the truth, the ego suffers a blow. So deep it triggers a primal, violent defense. The crime is not about a partner, it is about the ego refusing to accept its own failure. We are seeing a society that has lost the ability to handle the shadow. We want the perfect reels. We want a perfect love. But we refuse to look at the ugly part of our own self. If you hide your shadow, it will eventually own you. As everyone knows, we cannot fool our own self. So, how do we build a family in this era without a fear? First, stop a doom scroll. You cannot build a healthy life if you are constantly consuming the death of others. Second, practice radical transparency. If you can't be ugly and broken in front of your partner, you are not in a relationship, you are in a performance. Third, conflict fluency. View a disagreement as a lab session for a growth, not a battlefield for a victory. A partner who can argue with maturity is 100 times safer than a partner who is perfect but hide their anger. The final truth is you do not marry for a security, you marry for a expansion. You are not looking for a bodyguard, you are looking for a co pilot. When you stop looking for someone to complete you, you stop being afraid of them leaving you. And when you stop being afraid, you become capable of true, unconditional love. Don't let the algorithm curate your capacity for a love. Choose to be conscious, choose to be whole. And remember, the most radical act in 2026 is to build a healthy, quiet, and meaningful life while the rest of the world chooses to be loud and fearful. I'm telling, be the peace, be the Zen. Thank you.